And hello again, everybody. Let's go ahead and jump back into some Shape.io. I, as always, am Tyler, and I have forgotten where we left off last time. I know we were making this shape, but it has been a couple of days since I've actually played. I do apologize for the lack of videos over the past couple of days. Just got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and haven't had the energy to keep up, but I'm hoping to turn that around and hopefully create a bigger backlog for myself so that way I can, take that break if I need it. But hopefully everyone else is doing well themselves. That's always nice to know when it's the case, and always wish the best for people that deserve it. So like I said, hopefully y'all are doing well, and we can go ahead and have some fun discussions. So I've got my purple pinwheels being put out back here, and am I making... I don't think I'm making that. Hold on. No, I'm not making that base shape anywhere else. So what we need to do is... let's go ahead and get started on making our... maybe some more white circles. I will say that's the big issue about kind of taking a break for a couple of days, is that it's like I come back and I'm like, alright, well, I've played Factorio recently, and I know how a lot of stuff is set up, but kind of getting back into that swing can be a little bit of an issue, especially when I'm just like, there's only so much that I can keep up with and remember to do before I'm like, well. So what I think we'll do is, because all that's just from one, so I might be able to get away with duplicating you. Yeah, so let's duplicate you, and we'll actually place you... yeah, we can steal the red from there, so... let's go ahead and just come up a little bit. Actually, let's do this right here. So we'll put you there. We can just use this source for it, and I need to make sure that these are switched over to our chains. Okay, and actually we'll switch these to these tunnels instead. And there we go. So now we'll be making those shapes and keep on going from there. And you know what? Let's go ahead and let's still have to keep that saturated. So let's do this for this, and we'll go ahead and we'll take you and we'll just plug you right on into the top. And there we go. So that should hopefully keep both of those more than enough saturated. Now I just would need to grab this. We'll go ahead and put that there. And then we just need to belt this one down. Put you there. And that's going to be 1/2. There. Go. Oh no. One of the yeah, you can tell it's been a couple days. A little bit of a mess, but that is okay. We will go ahead and get back sorted, and as long as I record more than like a video in a session, or I don't take too long to record stuff tomorrow, I will still be okay and be in the swing of things. So with that said, here's what we need to do. We'll go ahead and switch that like that, and we'll put you, we need one more spot down, and then we'll just curve around so that way you can go like that, and then we can take this over here and we'll rotate you down, and then we can, you go like that, and you go like that, and you go like that. There we go. Slowly but surely getting the pieces of the puzzle to align, as is a lot of the fun with this game. That said, I will need to switch that to a longer tunnel so that way we can get to the other side. And now I'm going to need to just dye some more stuff purple, so we'll go ahead and steal some more blue from over here. So you can go like that. And let's get our color mixers started. Luckily we only need one row for this so far, so we can do a little something like that. That can go, and we'll go ahead and just bring this on over. And there we go. So got that, and look, we have red literally right here, which is perfect. I'll be honest, I didn't even think about that when I was setting it up originally, so I'm glad that it just happened to work out well. So now we've got plenty of purple to work with, which you can bring over, and I'll go ahead and actually put the painter setup from here. We'll bring that right there. So that way that lines up, and all we gotta do is just go ahead and carry this one on up. So you go like that, you go like that, and we'll go and get our purple dye started to move in. And just like that, we have all of our stuff hooked up properly. And we'll go and start making that. So we're already making 2 pinwheels. So now all we gotta do is make some more white circles, which won't be too difficult. Yeah, let's go ahead and make it easier for ourselves. We'll copy over this. And so then I can make it here, and then we got white circles here, and then we'll combine everything and be up to a good place. Yeah, so that's fine. So one for you, and one for you. So we'll go ahead and create half here, which is going to be our purple, because that's just going to be the easiest to hook up. The blue and red dye, that is. And then we can hook up our green, and we will be in business. There we go. So we got purple coming out. And go ahead and do a little something like that. This can come down, and we will just plug this into the top. Get our green over here. And we can go ahead and bring this on over here, that over there. There we go. And now we'll start producing white dye, and then the white dye can be brought over. And yeah, we can see the circles from there, so all we gotta do is just bring it on over. There we go. And we'll go ahead and do another one of this song and dance. So we'll take that and maybe somewhere like that. And there you go. So I'll start funneling in the white dye. Go ahead and get production started over there, and there we go. Cool. And let's just double check. Ah, that's right. So I need to cut this just one short. Oh no, we need another splitter right there. And then this can go like that. Cool. And now all those will start producing the purple pinwheels that we need. So we've got 2 sets of purple pinwheels, 1 circle. All you got to do is combine, and we'll go and start delivering it to the base. So as you see, these are kind of nearing completion on that. So before you know it, we will be here. I'm interested to see what this 4 shape will be, because this hasn't, the mixing and painting tiers have not followed any of the same patterns as the first ones, but obviously they use something being painted as like the biggest, or as the first tier for the upgrade. So I'm interested to see where it goes, but we will figure it out. And I'm excited for when I actually complete both of these, because I think my goal is we're going to try something new. So I think I've mentioned it before, I've done a little bit of work with like main belts in Factorio. So you can like put a bunch of stuff onto the bus system, pull off as you need it, and it obviously gets better as the belts get faster and faster. And I think that'll actually kind of help with certain things, especially depending upon how stuff progresses. Because obviously it was like, this shape is, you know, kind of different on every end. So I mean, we can take like normal circles, dye them white, and then split them to then be in this direction. And that would probably be the most efficient, since we can now do the quad cutting. So we'll do a little bit less work on dyeing just this diagonal shape, and we can dye the full circles, which will then make it easier to, we kind of get more bang for our buck at that point. And then, actually, you know what is, I'm honestly interested to see what the difference between, oh, you know what, I bet you we probably unlock something for that. I was like, because we may have to get something else, because it feels weird for it to be, because so far this is the only shape where I've been unsure, because obviously that's a square corner, but why is this square corner smaller than the other ones? It may be one of those situations where we have to make this shape first, and then when we overlay this shape on top, because there's already 3 quadrants, it treats it as a new shape and then creates a new layer. But obviously I am not sure. Actually, no, we can actually figure it out. So if you copy and paste it Yeah, so it is... Huh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, it straight up just is a uncolored square corner. Just right there in the corner, but... Okay, well, that'll be fun to mess around with. But like I said, I'm going to try a new approach and try and see if I can make some better systems, because obviously if instead of focusing like one resource patch to each thing, I can use multiple of them, get a main belt started, and then have everything balanced out between them, and then do a little bit of better work on that. We can hopefully make some better production setups. So that said, let's get back to... We got our circles, they're being dyed over here, and this is all up here, so let's go ahead and we're gonna bring you up. And we're going to need to figure out how we want to combine these. So we've already got two separate systems producing the purple pinwheel shape. And we need the white circle to go on top of one, and then another pinwheel to go on top of that. So let's go ahead and we'll just copy this line of stackers. And let's go ahead and just put you there, and then we'll put you there. So we've got 2 rows of them, and I think probably best bet to keep up with the setup that we've got going is we will go ahead and start down here. Because I need to bring this up here. There we go. Because what I'm going to want is to have the white circles on the top, so that way they just get put on top of our windmill shapes. And there we go. So then I just need to carry you on over, and we can actually go ahead and just rotate in this direction. And we're going to get you started like that. Bring you on over. And I need to actually switch the direction of these around. So we need you to go like that. There we go, and then there we go. Just need to make sure that that rotates down. That goes like that. And we are in business. And now that we got this going, all we need to do is belt this on upwards over here. And we want this to be the top shape that then gets put on top of our second production of... Oh no, nope, I am wrong. Oops. We need this to actually be the bottom because we're putting our star on, or our pinwheel on top of that, so that is a-okay. We'll just go ahead and push these through, and then we can just drain all of this. There we go. So now that's flushed out, we can... we're making them here. So we'll bring you like that. bring you on over. You can come like that, you can come like that, and there we go. Just gotta hook everything up the way that we want, and there we go, last one. And before you know it, they will be down here. Go ahead and get started and push through. And there we go. So now we have that shape that we want. And we're already reaching the end of that upgrade path. This is going to take a hot minute, so hopefully it'll give us time to focus on some other stuff. But now we need to go on down over here. And let's actually, instead of going all the way down, we can go ahead and cut over here. And before you know it, we will be exactly where we want to be. So that goes over there, and now we just hook up our corners as always. Because I think what I'll do is, I honestly kind of want to test some other stuff as well, because since there was the update recently that, you know, allowed the belts to double in performance, we might be able to get away with having larger factories doing stuff. Especially once we can, you know, get rid of things and whatnot. Because I think soon I'll be able to get rid of this entire portion. I'll obviously want to keep this. Yeah, because this entire area down here is going to want to stay, and then we'll be able to get rid of this shape production, and all sorts of stuff soon. But trying to figure out what to do, because obviously soon we're going to be at this goal, and I'm hoping that honestly this actually resets to do the same thing, because then we can make just a lot of this shape. And if I do the belt system I was talking about, I should be able to actually produce quite a few of them, but we will have to see how it goes. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just kind of test something right quick. So we've got 1, 2, 3. These are gonna come down like that. Those can come down like that. And then we do this over here. And if this works exactly like how it does in Factorio, we can do some pretty interesting stuff with it. So if we put you in the top, yeah, so pretty much what happens is you split it multiple times, and then I can fill up each of these input slots with stuff. It'll then get pushed through here and then balance out up on the side. So as you see, it works with just one, which ends up being pretty useful. So we can take one unit of production and turn it into an entire 4 belts, and then anytime we need to pull anything, we've got we've got options. But so now what I can do is I can do that, and do the same with you. And there we go. So we got you. And say I wanted to pull production from down here. All we need to do is take you and go like that. And we can honestly just do a little something like this. And now we've got 2 full rows of production for it. Then obviously I can bring like these 2 on over, and this should keep the belt pretty well saturated. And so let's see here. So for this shape over here, we need top right corner and bottom left corner. So if I wanted, I could do a little something like this, where we split you off like that. And then one goes over there, one goes over there. And they all feed into one another. And all we have to do is bring that up. And then we can start doing some splitting stuff. I might honestly readjust the main belt to just go up and down, so that we can go left and right and keep doing like these setups, just because these already make sense in my brain as I go from left to right. I won't have to worry about being like, oh, well now if I want to do it, I need to completely readjust how I set everything up. So let's actually go ahead and do just that. And like I said, since the belt production has, or not the belt production, since our frame rate has gotten better with the belts, we can do some, we can actually use them a little bit more. For granted, probably not going to hurt it if I, decide to, it's not going to hurt if I decide to actually like use the tunnels a little bit more, but as you can see, they kind of, speaking of, there you go. So as you see, because our stuff's so fast, it actually goes pretty quickly anyways. And now that's faster, and yep, see, like I said, it goes back into that. So now we've got all this time to focus on making this shape, and it's going to take 150,000 of each to do that. But I figure probably our best bet is we're going to want to make the belts faster, because that's really what does the most for us, hopefully with this new system. Because if I do it right, I should just be able to cut things and then I can focus it, and we can get a lot more production using multiple series of things instead of like just one maxed out one. So if I want to split, we go like you, and now we've got that split, just like we want. And so now, all I gotta do is pin this shape. And so let's go ahead and get started on cutting corners, which normally you don't want in a factory, but in this case it works. So I need you, and we can go ahead and get away with doing 4 cuts. Let's go ahead and take you, and as I do not remember which cuts what, so we'll go ahead and focus half to the right corner and the other half to the left corner. So I've got you here, so we can turn this one in that direction, and that's our top right, so bottom would be top right. And we take our top left, turn it that way, and now we've got 2 top rights, 2 bottom lefts. Those can be combined with one another, And we'll need to refocus where these go so we can keep doing more stuff with it. So let's go ahead and go over here. Take you. There you go. And then all we gotta do is just take this on over. Oh, hold on. I need to make sure I'm accommodating for this side as well. And we'll go ahead and... Actually, you know what? Let's refocus on spinning things the other way. There we go. Nope. Not the right shape. There we go. So we'll go ahead and push everything over this way. We can kind of keep ourselves focused on moving just this way as far as we need it to. And yeah, so like I said, so the general concept is I'll be able to feed stuff in here, and then if I need to merge anything later on, since I'm taking off from the belt, one, our production's kind of high, so that should be end up being okay to take off of for a little bit. One nice thing that you'll be able to do is this setup right here, which actually balances everything out. So one, this gets balanced between all production inputs, and I just, you know, delete things because I am clumsy. But yeah, so this gets pushed through here, and then this got through here. We pull off from here, and then this belt that's being taken off of gets rebalanced by all of the other ones. And then we can kind of keep doing this song and dance over and over again as we need to. So it's going to go 4 right now because we got now 5 items a second. And all we gotta do is carry you on like that. And we actually need to move you 1 over. We move you 1 over. And we need to move all of you 1 more over. And that way, what we can do is actually go ahead and neglect that, and we'll move it on down just 1 more. And yeah, so we'll move it down 1 more, and then we can take you. I was like, 'cause right now this is going to be the first shape that we merge with our circles that we start doing. So obviously I was like, it'll take a little bit more planning on how I want to do stuff in the future, but for right now it's not the worst that it could be, which is what I normally strive for. I was like, I know it can be better, but at least it's not too awful yet. But cool, so we can go ahead and do that, and we'll have plenty of top right corners, and then we'll be able to fuse our left corners after we do this shape. So I just need to grab ourselves some circles. And like I said, all I would have to do if I wanted to do more is come up over here, and let's just say right there. And all we do is split like that, and that. And sorry, that's supposed to be over there. And there we go. So before you know it, we've got still more going on, and as long as this stays backed up over here, this will get pushed through here, and then it'll start pulling from here, but then this can start moving, and we'll only start seeing issues with any sort of production if we're not getting enough throughput. But since stuff's kind of fast right now, we should be fine. So I'm going to save, gonna take a stop and end the episode here. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, leave any comments if you want to engage, and subscribe to see when I release more content in the future. I will see you next time.